Hi, I'm here in Tembe Elephant Park, one of my favourite places in the whole of South Africa. It's a place where elephant lovers come to view these special creatures. It's also a place where you see the legendary tuskers that used to roam the whole of Africa. It's one of the few places left where they still exist. It's also big five countries, so you get the opportunity to not just see elephant, you see rhino, lion, leopard and buffalo. It's a great place to visit and great surrounds. This is our tent, which is quite luxurious in the middle of the bushveld. Tembe Elephant Park began as a small, unpromising reserve in 1983 and has since become something of an inspiration. It has also become a crucial linchpin in the planned Great Lebombo Transfrontier Park between South Africa, Mozambique and Swaziland. The 1980s were difficult years for many people because of the civil war raging in Mozambique, which borders South Africa. The park was declared to protect the last free-ranging herds of elephants that used to migrate back and forth between the two countries. The park could only be opened in 1991 because the elephants were so traumatized by the warfare that the safety of the visitors could not be guaranteed. The first tourists that visited the park in the early 1990s returned with eye-widening stories of elephants charging them in the thick bush. But there were no injuries, and gradually the elephants calmed down. Elephants now number around 200 and remain awe-inspiring. Among them are the largest elephants in southern Africa. Until recently, the Tembe Park had three of South Africa's biggest tuskers, the last of which died a few years ago, a bull called a silo, with tusks that were 3 meters long, believed to be the largest in South Africa. The habitat at Tembe, the far northernmost corner of KwaZulu-Natal, is subtropical and tropical. It protects rare sand forests, thick woodland, wetlands and verdant pans. The rest of the big five are also here, along with 340 species of birds. Some birds are at the very southernmost point of their range. Here you can see Rudd's apallis, plain-backed sunbird, African broadbill, the steppe eagle and swamp nightjar. The park is managed by Ezemvelo KZN Wildlife, but the Tembe people who live in the area benefit from tourism because the comfortable tented lodge is half owned and run by them. What makes a Tembe safari game drive unique is that your guide and tracker will have grown up in the area, and therefore they are showing you around their own backyard. Combined with this local knowledge is the pride of these people welcoming visitors to their home. In an open game drive vehicle, they will take you where elephants find the tastiest morsels, the tall trees where the giraffe graze, the glades where Africa's most dangerous animal, the Cape buffalo, browses peacefully. Your game guide will introduce you to Tembe's Africa. Not only animals and birds, but the culture and traditions of these proud people and their relationship with the land. Tembe Safari Lodge is a unique place and is the ancestral home of the Tembe people. It is the only community-owned, fully serviced game lodge inside a proclaimed game reserve. In Tembe terms, This means that the lodge is right in the middle of unspoiled bush, with the trees and grasses of old Africa nestling right up against your tent. There are more than 340 bird species to be spotted, many from your own veranda. You can have an open-air hot shower under the stars while hearing animals crash through the bush a few metres away from you. Don't worry, there's an electric fence to make sure that they don't get too close. Small animals and birds wander through the campgrounds, while monkeys and birds chitter overhead. You'll find Inyala foraging past your tent while you enjoy your morning coffee, or even taking a dip in the swimming pool. This is the secret of Tembe. The lodge is so much part of the reserve that the animals hardly know it's there. While the lodge includes full service and game drives, sometimes it's just an experience to stay in the camp and let Africa come to you. The accommodation comprises of luxury ensuite and semi-luxury safari tents that blend unobtrusively with their natural surroundings and are tucked away in secluded areas around the lodge. A typical Tembe day starts with an early light breakfast, followed by a morning safari game drive. The guides will ensure you return just in time for a full bush breakfast. Then it's off to the hide to continue the morning's game viewing, or you can cool off in the pool near the boma. Lunch is served at 1 p.m, and later in the afternoon, when the temperature dips, you venture off on the exciting afternoon game drive with sundowners overlooking a waterhole or in the bush. On your return, enjoy wholesome bush cuisine served under the stars by lamplight in the communal dining boma. Swap tales with your fellow guests, or watch the spectacular evening display of the Tembe singers and dancers, a local group who visit the lodge and reenact folklore stories in song and dance. It is an amazing way to learn about the African bush while sitting around a glowing campfire, and be the witness to the sounds of Africa and be entranced by the African rhythms. All tips received from the audience are put into a fund that buys school uniforms for the local children who cannot afford to buy their own. When you leave Tembe, you'll take a piece of it with you in your heart and will want to keep coming back to experience this truly beautiful place more and more.